Hello, we're doing chapter 2 for the strategy project. Our chapters over oral language, phonemic awareness, and beginning of reading for readers.
So the first strategy that we chose to talk about is alphabet knowledge. So the three components that make that up is letter recognition, letter production, and letter sound correspondence. So this is going to help students learn how the alphabetic system works. So such knowledge can also help with spelling and associating certain letters with certain sounds. So the strategy that we chose to talk about is determining alphabet recognition. So this is you use the alphabet recognition record sheet and ask the student to identify any known letters. So for example, you would say to them, here's some letters, I want to see how many you know. And then you tell the student to say either pass or skip if a particular letter is not known. So you can use index cards to block off everything but the lines that are being read. And if they need a little bit extra help, you can point to the letter with your finger if necessary. So you use the record sheet to note correct and incorrect responses. When responses are incorrect, you record the actual response that they did say. So you can just make a judgment when they're all finished with that about their alphabetic knowledge. So these are the examples of the sheets that we would use. The first one is the teacher record sheet, and the second one is the student recognition sheet. So that's the one that they would be reading off of. The second strategy that we're going to talk about is rhyming. So rhyming activities will benefit ready ability regardless of the age or intelligence of the student. So rhymes help students develop an understanding that phonograms can represent the same sound in different words. So the activities and strategies are organized in the following developmental sequence: listening, reciting, discriminating, and producing strategies. So discriminating strategies and activities, an example would be 4 cards that contain illustrations of the words, and then 3 of the cards should try to rhyme, and 1 card should not rhyme with the other 3. So students will read words aloud and determine which of the words is not rhyming or does not fit, and then they have to explain why. So for an example for this, the first set would be cake, rake, snake, and fish. Obviously in this first set, fish would be the word that does not fit in because it does not have the same rhyming sound as the other 3. For the second set, we could use car, jar, hat, and star. Again, this one would be hat that does not fit in because it does not rhyme with the rest. And then for the third set, we could use girl, hat, cat, and bat. And for this third set, girl would be the odd word out.
The third strategy we decided to use was the alphabetic principle. This is one way to help students associate letters of the alphabet with their sounds. So an example of this would be a balloon with a B inside of it, to help students learn that b starts with for a B for balloon, and a cake with a C inside of it. These can be posted all around their classroom to help students remember what the sounds look like, or what the letters look like, and how their sounds. This is immersion, and the alphabetic principle will facilitate sound symbol association for the students. The strategy I decided to point out was the closed and open sort strategy. So you will have lots of pictures that all start with the same letter with their words, and the students will try to place the pictures with the appropriate sound for that letter. The next strategy we decided to talk about was phonemic awareness. This is the ability to attend and manipulate the smallest units of sound in spoken language. This is a prerequisite for success in learning to read. The strategy we decided to talk about was sound boxes for segmenting phonemes. You provide a picture for the student, and below is the as a box for each sound of the word, and the students will write all the sounds they hear within that word. Sometimes it may be shorter than even the letters in the word, but it helps students learn what the sounds are within each word.
So then the article that we chose to talk about was titled A Primer on Phonemic Awareness, What is it, Why is it important, and How to Teach it, which is by Vicki A. Snyder. So what is phonemic awareness? Phonemic awareness is the understanding that speech is composed of individual sounds. And why is it important? Phonemic awareness is important because English is an alphabetic language as compared to logographic language. Children without phonemic awareness may have a learning curve that more closely resembles a Chinese reader, slow, gradual, and the number of new vocabulary items acquired gradually decreases as memory overloads. So how should we end up teaching this? Segmentation activities. Students say that this is where students say the individual sounds in their words. So grouping words through alliteration or rhyming, as we talked about, and segmenting and blending activities should include sounds that have already been introduced and sounds that are going to be introduced soon. So in this article, Snyder states, Bradley and Bryan in 1985 assigned 5 to 7-year-old children into 4 experimental groups. A, instruction in categorizing pictures on the basis of beginning or ending sounds, rhyming words. B, the same categorization training with the addition of plastic letters to represent these common sounds. C, instruction in categorizing pictures on the basis of semantic sameness. And D, no intervention. They found that both groups instructed in sound categorization outperformed the other 2, but the group that received instruction in letter sounds did the best on reading tasks. And then these are some of our works cited.
Good morning, class. How are you guys today?
Good.
All right, we are going to work on our phonemic awareness. So the worksheet in front of you is what we're going to work on today. What does that picture look like for you guys?
It looks like rain.
Rain, good job. Okay, what are the sounds we hear in rain?
R, A, M.
Perfect. Okay, we're in our first box. We're going to write down the first sound we hear. What do you guys think that letter is?
R.
Good job. And the second letter?
A.
Good. And our last letter?
N.
Good job, you guys. All right, our next paper. What's this picture look like?
T.
T. Good job, you guys. Now you see there's only 2 boxes. So what are the sounds we hear in T?
E.
Good job. T. Yeah. So what are we going to put in our first box?
T.
Good job. And our second box?
E.
Yes. You guys are getting the hang of it. All right, our next one is going to be a little tricky, but I think you guys can do it. What does that picture look like?
X.
X. All right. So what are the sounds we hear in X?
X.
Good job. Okay, so what is our first box going to have?
A.
A. Good job. And what's the next box going to have?
K.
K. I know it looks a little weird, but that's what we hear. And our last box is going to have a what?
S.
S. Very good, you guys. All right. This one's a little bit easier. What's the next picture we see?
Pin.
Pen. Very good. Okay, so what are the sounds we hear in pen? Very good. Okay, let's write those down in our boxes. What do you guys think they'll be?
P.
Okay. I. Very good, Sarah. What's the last one? N. Very good, Sophie. All right, you guys, for our next one, I want to see what you guys come up with. So what's the picture we see here?
Saw.
Saw. All right. Let's see what you guys come up with for the box.
S.
Hey, good job, you guys. And now you understand how we can use all the sounds in a word to help us figure out what it sounds like.